People of the Dota world, I'm gonna give an analogy to basketball, and it's very important. Basically, what I do is I see greatness, not just in Dota but in other sports, and I find ways to relate it. This is a very interesting analogy, and I hope you guys enjoy. Welcome to Crystalis Dota. This is the place for Dota 2 stories. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a time when LeBron James was going to lose in the finals against the Spurs. It was game number 6, and LeBron James and the Miami Heat were down 3-2. If they were to lose the next game, it was game over. Yes, LeBron James, the superstar, gets saved by his teammate, Ray Allen, who does the clutch shot at game number 6 to not only tie the game, and also take the game to the next level.
James catches, puts up the three. Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining. Chris Bosch with the huge offensive rebound. Now instant replay, enormous.
And Mike, Tim Duncan out of the game.
You see, because Ray Allen hit that clutch shot, LeBron James and the Miami Heat were able to win that game, and eventually the momentum carried over to game number 7, where they would win in a dominant fashion. Now, what does that relate to? Yes, boys and girls, this directly is analogous or related to Team OG and what they did in game number 4. You see, there's a lot of little details that many will not see. The only way to see it is by understanding these analogies. That's how greatness is born. So let me clarify. You see, Team OG had one particular clutch player that literally saved them the entire title. LGD Gaming was no little puny punk. No. They were the toughest dogs of Dota in the tournament. LGD Gaming was the most solid team, the most disciplined team, just like the San Antonio Spurs. They had an incredible coach, and they were looking formidable indeed. Now, let's focus on game number 4. First of all, this series is at 2-1 already, with LGD Gaming ahead. Second of all, throughout the entire game, LGD Gaming are going to push with everything they got, because they know if they win the next game, it's game over. They win the entire TI with a gentleman's victory, right? But just like Ray Allen, who comes in clutch, in Team OG, there's Sebastian CEB, who picks Axe and is the clutch player. In this video, I will explain why this pick was so important. What plays does Sebastian do that ultimately shifts the tides of the game? And what does this game overall mean? How does this game eventually put OG over the top and help them attain the Aegis of Glory? So let me begin. Throughout the entire tournament, we've seen very new adjustments to the meta. The meta meaning the style of play to the new patches. Now think about it. Let's look at some of these drafts. We see Evil Geniuses constantly pick Weaver, which is a very odd off-lane pick, right? Then we see other teams pick very strange but strong off-lane. But no one picks Axe. Really, not even anyone was picking Axe in the whole international. So what does that mean to OG? What does that mean? Did they find something else that no one else saw in the whole tournament? Yes, indeed they had. You see, OG understood the patch so much more than everyone. They knew that a Axe offlaner would win them the game. They knew that Axe was so clutch, so reliant, and so dependent that they could use it. They also felt confident in that hero.
Looks to turn towards Jerax. Jerax is going to relocate back out to second defense. They get the call, they get the kill. They get the Jones call bunch challenge. They get the Jones call onto the Nova.
End of top.
Oh, they're firing more maybe. Jerax, hand of God, keeps it safe, and now Somnus is back and finishing off the kill. And Seb jumps in, has the call. Have they got the damage? Yes, they do.
They felt like picking heroes that they were most comfortable with would win them the game and eventually TI. every single one of the picks in the whole grand finals of TI, OG was picking comfort picks. They were picking heroes that they can just dominate with no matter the situation. That's what they did. You see, they understood the meta. They did what they could with the meta. But at the end of the day, you create your own meta. You create your own style of building. That's what OG did. Picking Axe was a significant sign. It was a ominous sign, and LGD Gaming should have been scared beyond belief. You see, you have to be shaking your foot like no tomorrow, like there's an earthquake, because you're scared. Who on earth picks Axe when the entire meta forces you to pick more dominant heroes, more farm heavy heroes? Who on earth picks Axe? You see, OG did it because they knew something that we didn't know. No one knew it. Now, it's great and all that you know the heroes, you know the meta in the next level, right? But now, can you execute it? That's what it comes down to. At the end of the day, you have to execute your plan. If your plan is beyond godlike, you have to manage to do it, right? You have to make that last game winning shot. Yes. So OG fall way behind in game number 4. They were looking like they were going to lose. But no. Sebastian comes in with one play after another, one blink call after another, catching Team LGD off guard like no tomorrow. Yes. Boom, boom, boom. It was like a magnitude of 7.0 earthquake, then an 8.0 earthquake, then a 9.0 earthquake. It was legendary. Sebastian was playing out of his mind. Yes, he would eventually execute perfectly. This was meant to be. And the last point, the third point. What does that mean? What has Team OG accomplished by winning game number 4? You see, like I previously mentioned in my introduction, this is directly analogous to game number 6, where Ray Allen hit a clutch shot. Because Ray Allen was able to win that game 6, eventually LeBron James goes to game number 7 and wins the entire damn title. Right, because you have that momentum, you have that confidence, that boost, that hey, no matter the situation, no matter how much you push against me, I will come victorious. And that's what happened. Because of this devastating and catastrophic loss, Team PSG.LGD Gaming were in a state of fear. They were scared. They knew that death was approaching. Their inevitable doom, their failure at TI was coming.
Let me out, Gregory.
Yes, even if they were up 15k gold against Team OG, it didn't matter. At the end of the day, they would always lose. Yes, the darkness was surrounding them. It was clouding their judgment. They had no clue. And game 5 was looking to be as grim. If you look at game number 7 of the finals between Miami Heat versus Spurs, you will see how dominantly LeBron James and the Miami Heat team destroyed Spurs. Likewise, you will see Team OG destroy LGD Gaming. Yes, it was Anna's clutch plays, but it was more to do with what Sebastian did in game number 4. You see, his savior, his perfect execution on Axe, it eventually gave them their white road. It was the road to go to heaven. And that's what happened. Game number 5 was a whitewash. It was a dismantle. It was a clear and obvious choice of who the champion was going to be. Yes, Team OG have won the International 2018. They have won it in a methodical, tactical, logistical way. They have won it in a way that no one could have seen. Yes, it's a Cinderella story, but it's far beyond that. And this is what Crystalis Dota is telling it to you. Make sure you subscribe and join me for legendary stories just like this.